Fillies and gentlecoats, may I present for the very first time Equestria's newest princess.
Huh? Good one. Bowling. Come on.
Princess Auroria. P-E-E-P. Ditherer. Shouts to Drixale.
She's the only one who didn't really need to learn anything because she was already so cool.
Equestria's newest princess.
Animatia Auroria, the princess of errors. Her life is a secret you've been blessed to share in. Now /MLP don't impress their parents, but some strange events need intense repairing. 2013, the 1st of March, while the world starts to rumble and the herd departs, and Anon had finally recognized her. It's smart that they don't know less than zero yet merge their arts. PE 101, S2E3, the magic kindergarten. Look next to the seat with Twilight in it. Wait a minute, that kid has wings. Another alicorn with all the fan shit that brings, and pretty soon Lil Auroria was noticed abound. Any spot, thought, gag, she was known to be found. Like Apple Bloom when she was leaving all the folds going wow, or cheese sandwich when he slid in that accordion out. So the mystery was never quite solved, but they knew to guess. The little Philly fame hard won through the gets. Little 4chan humor, little Wuna quest, and maybe get a little art if people do request. Couldn't say her name for their life, it's a shame. It's a Lula with the ruby pinch, Liza for days. They didn't know her name for an age, but it's fine. She can reign on the site, make a place in the times. They couldn't say her name for their life, it's a shame. It's a Lula with the ruby pinch, Liza for days. They didn't know her name for an age, but it's fine. She can reign on the site, Tracy Cage on her side. Not on the moon, but the Philly flew far though. Little blue marble is still a true marvel. Made herself a house, turned computers into bricks. Godhead guaranteed, long as usefulness exists. Oh no, evil lords of war got out. She's probably worried more to get this book report locked down. Anons leave worship more to the warlock crowd, but when they comb through, the Phillies 404 not found. Then they're crying out, fuck, not glory enough to sate them. Auroria remains with her origin, much debated, and by now the way to win in the war of interpretation is to put your own Princess Auroria in a playlist. Yellow coat, light mane, starry and eyes, forever deep in intrigue an apartment provides. Peep imaginary friends and you're hardly surprised. She's often in her own world, you're just part of it, guy. Couldn't say her name for their life, it's a shame. It's a Lula with the ruby pinch, Liza for days. They didn't know her name for an age, but it's fine. She can reign on the site, made a place in the times. They couldn't say her name for their life, it's a shame. It's a Lula with the ruby pinch, Liza for days. They didn't know her name for an age, but it's fine. She can reign on the site, Tracy Cage on her side. Team 3 recorded the Anomalies apartment. A Lula star's long been the target of marksmen, but civvies fail to notice any margins of darkness. Miss Apple Star's been a guard, then regardless, to guard in her heart any part we could bargain. Wall to wall, rainbow dash memorabilia, filled shelf with strange old crafts than as a Philly does. Mostly of an unknown pink thing. I don't get it, no better hope than to scope her and... Wait, I can't read anything I just wrote. Holy shit, is that Banana Sunday? Ah!
Whatever she is, whoever she is, it is worth remembering that she is but a child of Equestria. To us, however, and many members of the Brony fandom, she will always be the Princess of Eris.
So she's not a pony but a demigod. Yes. At least to people in the know, isn't many odd folks, but the many odd folks have gotten grand on the grind, from demanding that the lines of all her tangents align. Being out in public in her form has a price. She can play Earth Pony, has a horn if she likes. No lore yet derived for to bust her to kingship. Just mass guesses that one word extinguishes. Not thinking this is art or a battle plan. We'd see her chillin' on a cart with the Apple fam. Trace a tree, kids betting on a pony race. Sister Hose and Cloud Kicker each year won't be ace, unless she could win it if she wanted it, capiche? But she doesn't have the nerve for all the ballin' in the streets, as in crying. The crawling indiscreetly nature of her dream scene capers for the office of a queen. Well, the queen scenes later. Now she's got a bigger fish. Went around the world checking flowers for a little bit. Then she shook her head, too suspicious and a little stiff. Isn't like a giant bouquet bouquet makes for a simple gift, so just the letter then. But where's the mail mare? Given the recipient, delivery's a fail there. She gotta jump to Chaosville for her grail. Mare flailing in despair, prayers maybe got prepared, they relocate. She's off with the card, but quadruple check the syntax is proper to parse, and the check marks are both clearly labeled with the right terms. She tried rewriting it once, but couldn't find words. Picture talking to Diamond, so maybe like Dur, you could be my special, yeah, whatever, it's alright, Yearn. Won't be avoiding that as time turns. She not tardy, just high flyers can glide first. And now this one is partly cresting. This filly is what happened to the RDFC, and hella making snowmen and Christmas stories. With so much to break, nothing's listless boring. Laughing at the puppet shows, eating all the ice cream. Laughing at the puppet shows of people and their life dreams. Laughing at the puppet shows, scheming from inside memes. Laughing what you know about a filly who defied queens. Most historians will note that it's important that we know that all the notes are fucked. Real truth can only be supposed up in Cloudsdale. Young filly flyer competition with the rainbow hair. There's one really wired on her vision to become the best. Incidentally, there's also a giant magical battle with a mad sorceress who loves revenge. So while they're cheering for the rainbow one to come ahead, the gods fight to see the universe turn to dust instead. A young Alula learns the power of the hands of fate. It's instantiated up in the stand. She's aided by being hit by a loose burst of eerie spellfire, falling off a cloud, bones weary, and she felt tired. So let's review. Something really wrong with the last act. Now Alula's down tumbling and falling, and that's bad. Not a good flyer, wouldn't be bad if she had dash, but getting saved by her is a rarity that's half past. Crowds up on the way, really wish for a take two, but overhead there comes a bright light and a rain boom. She looks at it, shit, it's quite nice in the same move. There's a glowing on her flank, time flies when you make do. Then suddenly she slams and it's not on the ground. She's up examining the stars, hella hopping around, and it's the astral plane. Philly has a fun new intro to another world, full of as yet unused windows for another girl. Philly gotta hunt through mist, she going what the heck. Dithy gotta run through cliff notes, the cutie mark and error sign. Magic mixed her story for another, forced ascension to Auroria.
Cool.
Okay, so when I envisioned this EP, I wanted to include a fake GM Barrow book set at the very end of the show with it, and I didn't, but this is what would have been in it. So here you go. Auroria is not known to quake when the trouble comes, but the four princesses came for the summer sun. If any knew that she was strange, they could fuck it up, playing it cool. But on the stage there was something, what? Another alicorn they can't see. He noticed her, shout his name's Leon, speak fancy, but also just a full start to respawn. She can't see, a magic force grabs him and moves for her plan B, dodge. Magic moved fast, so she aimed to withdraw. It follows her, now she has to stay away from her mom. She figures out it probably takes a god to prey on a god. Twilight takes the throne tomorrow, she is greatly involved. A back door into the dream realm, cut the pursuit. Auroria shuts it behind her, make a jump to the moon. She gets about 5 minutes there to slump and recoup before the nightmare spirits come to fuck with her too. Something's up, what to do, an interruption. Another alicorn can turn spirits to mush then. She says her name is Skyla, her eyes look so tired, and they fly through the horizon of night for the spires. A second crystal empire hidden from view, and Skyla hints that alicorn kind's getting reduced. There's something happening, wonder if they're found out. Always gotta keep out of the public or they bow down. Some were like, hey dude, we need a council, they got a point. So if you got wings and a horn, then you gotta join. Hidden chamber of disputes and a lot of noise. She was attacked, she got info, she ought to voice. She does. Also here's some intense rumors. They lost Skyla's sister, princess of the future. Don't remember her name, seems less of them knew her. Or someone's interfering inside heads for the humor. But none of them believe her, that Twilight's a culprit. Her magic would leave a huge aura. There's none, kid. Plus Twi's a project the council's not done with. So if Auroria breaks the masquerade, then they'll come in. Animatia's face is in a dumb grin. Wanna be a princess, that's the way for some kids. But if stuffy ponies will threaten her, then she must win. Try to capture her, they make mistakes. She jumps quick, dawn of the final day. She's heading for Twilight, who's with the other princesses prepping for limelight. Auroria's hesitant form can presently hide light, but stepping inside cause she has questions and time's right. Two sisters shocked, twice scared that the twist comes. Cadence is there, her horn flares, they get picked up. Auroria was right about the threat, just not which one. Cadence is a glitch like the rest, she just picked love. Edited some memories as if she always knew Twi. Pony still subconsciously shuddering when she moved by. Wanna make a dynasty, she's getting to an early start. Overcame the princess of the future, call her Flurry Heart, no monologue. Time that all their minds were erased, and Twi's violent, about to cry about the size of mistakes. And that's the why for the change. The youngest flies in their face and breaks the magic off. Princesses rise to occasion. I also wanted to include a really stupid theme, like friendship is more powerful than love. So really it's your universe and we just live inside of it. Fuck it though, where the fuck does that get us? Gonna guess she's a god and it's nice to have a kid who never grows into depression in the black leather. But her origin was Moot really. Even Moot nearly gave her the boot for being too silly. Talk about it profoundly as you might dare. She'll be laughing in the crowd in your nightmares. Yeah, a little Anthony Fremont, at least she doesn't care how you're handling each thought. In fact, from her we can derive several principles of life that are hand even redrawn. Sadness can help if they laugh at it. The secret of art's that you can half-ass it. Violent mistakes are awesome sauce. Better pocked with flaws than ever posh and lost. Quite hot to trot, she's her own free agent. Our human future, I'm hoping maybe when we contrive new conflict it'll have a fun element and be more convenient than anything. Like, fun errors. When she's laughing at the veering stuff, maybe that's a sign that they ought to be cheering up. And from the divine they think people clearly love. A life led and living in the world that merely was. But one lesson wrought the most. Lofty power don't correspond to lofty goals. And problem falls often turn to terrors. To linger on that fact longer is an error.